So last time we spoke, we were both 19, and we were talking about how you in particular were scared to turn 20.
Yeah.
How has this year been for you, 2021?
It's been crazy. It's been super different since that interview. I'm 21 now, so I definitely felt like I grew up a lot since then. Yeah, it's been crazy.
So you're originally from Long Island, but then when you were 4 or 5, you moved to Ireland?
Yeah, I was born in Long Beach, Long Island. My parents are both Irish, like they grew up in Ireland. So when I was 4, they moved back home, and I spent 10 years there. And then when I was like 15, I moved back to Long Island.
How would you describe growing up in Ireland to someone who hasn't been or is unfamiliar?
It's really different. It's just like a whole different culture, different lifestyle. You can't really describe it. You kind of have to just see it, you know? I mean, I guess like the best way to put it is like whatever you've seen in like a movie or something, like of an Irish person, you know?
So how did it feel moving back to New York after you grew up there for 10 years?
It was a huge culture shock. It was exciting though. I was like really into rap music at the time and skateboarding too. So, you know, New York compared to like Ireland in rap and music is like, you know, it was like the place to be, you know? So I was like really excited, but it was a lot. It was a big change, yeah.
And so the high school you went to had a lot of fellow musicians. Who was some of the alumni you went to school with?
The oldest, I think, is Rick Rubin. I don't know how old he is, but I think he's like 50 or like 40. He went to Long Beach High School. Lil Peep went to Long Beach High School. Brennan was in Long Beach High School, Brennan Savage. Oh no, he wasn't actually. His little brother was, but I think he went to high school out here in Cali. Super Chef M was in Long Beach High School too. Also, I think MF Doom went to Long Beach High School for a bit too. But yeah.
What was it like kind of seeing these artists kind of very early on in their careers? Like they're just walking in the hallways and stuff. And
I actually never really saw Gus because he dropped out, I think, in 12th grade. So I never saw him because I was 2 grades below him. Never saw him in the hallways. But I was friends with FM. I was friends with Super Chef M. He was a crazy kid in high school. He was, yeah, just like a social butterfly type dude. Like he was friends with everyone. But yeah.
So did you start making music when you were in Ireland?
No, I actually didn't. I mean, like when I was like 13, 14, I messed around on FL Studio because my older cousin had it. I kind of just like played around with it. I wasn't making anything crazy. I think I was trying to make dubstep. But yeah, that was it for that in Ireland.
What drew you to wanting to make beats and become a part of the SoundCloud community?
I've always loved music since a kid. Like I've always listened to music. Always had like headphones on me, like an iPod. But when I found like Young Lean and a few other like underground artists, I really was inspired by it because it wasn't so like industry, you know, it wasn't so like far-fetched. Like I kind of felt like I could relate to him just because he was like 16, 17 making those songs, and got into the whole Sad Boys crew, like Young Good and Young Sherman, and yeah, I just pretty much wanted to make that type of stuff, and that's what got me into making beats. And then since then, I just, you know, started listening to a crazy amount of like underground stuff, just everything. And then, yeah, just started making all different types of beats, not just sad boys type shit, you know.
So when you're making a beat, what's going through your head?
So in general, it's always like a different feeling. I might hear something on the radio, or not the radio, but like I might hear something on Spotify. You know, just something pops into my head. I might get an idea from another song and be like, oh, that sounds cool. And then try to like execute it as well as I can. But it's always just like spur of the moment things, you know. It's like trial and error, just like adding something, seeing if it sounds cool, and if it doesn't, then like take it out or change it. So
you came up as Not Morgan, your producer alias.
Mm-hmm.
What made you want to start releasing vocal tracks? Because for a couple years you didn't.
Yeah, actually, kind of like got bored of just making beats. That's pretty much it. Like I hit a huge creative block, and I just like didn't really have any inspiration to make beats and stuff. And at that point, I was like, what can I do to just like make music interesting again? And started like just writing lyrics over some beats I made, and it was like really bad at first. It was really bad for like 2 months, and then kind of started like to get the hang of mixing vocals and recording them and stuff. And I just felt like being a producer wasn't enough for me, you know. I wanted to do more than that, so that's it, yeah.
Had you tried singing before?
No, actually, the only time I ever sang was when I was a kid, and I sang in like a choir for like a week, and then I got kicked out because I was like messing around, but yeah.
So when you first released vocals, you didn't take it that seriously, did you?
Nah, at first, when I made Guccihighwaters, I was just like putting stuff up there. I didn't think it was good. I kind of just like enjoyed making it and decided to put it up on SoundCloud. Didn't take it that serious. But I think it was kind of just like a protection in case like it was bad and it just got trashed on, you know. I don't really know why it was like a joke at first. I don't know. I just like, maybe I didn't think I could make good like vocal music, but as soon as people like said they actually really liked it, then it became serious, you know.
When did you realize that making music could become a career for you?
Honestly, it was like probably a year after I started making vocal stuff. I started actually making like money from it, you know. I had like a distribution service, and I was getting like a good amount of plays on Spotify and SoundCloud. As soon as I saw like a steady amount of money every month, I just like made sense. I was like, I could survive off this amount, and if it keeps growing, then, you know, that's it. But I never really planned like the future until like probably like a few months ago. Like I never really thought about the future of like my career. I kind of just like went with it. I was just like making money from it, having fun with it. But now I'm thinking about like longevity and other things like that, you know, saving the money. But yeah.
What was it like moving to Los Angeles for you?
It was cool. It was really exciting. Me and JV drove from New York with all our stuff in the car. Yeah, I was just kind of like just sick of being in Long Island day to day. I was just kind of like working on music, but you know, there wasn't really anything there for me, and kind of just wanted like a fresh start on something, so yeah.
And so speaking of JV, you guys were just on the Afterlife tour.
Mm-hmm.
You've toured a couple times together now.
Yeah.
What's your favorite part about touring?
There's a lot of things I really like about touring. Just playing live is so fun, you know, every night. Obviously some nights aren't as fun as others, but when there's a good show and everyone like goes hard, it's like the best feeling. That's one of the things. Also, just like being around just friends all the time is really sick, you know. Just messing around with people in the van and shit, just hanging out.
Where did the Gucci-Highwaters rose come from?
It's actually by like a tattoo artist. I just randomly like came across it on Google and then contacted the artist, and then they just sent over like a vector form of it. But I didn't really put any thought into it, but I mean, roses are just like a symbol of like beauty, and I think it just fits like with the whole style of my music. But yeah, it doesn't really have any deeper meaning, to be honest. I wish it did, but yeah.
What's it like seeing so many people get that rose tattooed on them?
It's wild. It still is like very surreal to me because I've only been doing this for like 2 years. Yeah, it's crazy. It's amazing to like know that my music means that much to someone, you know. It's pretty, yeah, I just don't really have words for it when I see it. I can't really believe it, but yeah, shout out to everyone that has it tattooed.
What is something you wish more people knew about you?
I mean, I guess I wish people just knew that I was just a normal kid like them, you know?
Yeah, I think a lot of people think you're very serious when in actuality you're like one of the funniest people I know.
Yeah, when you first meet me or if it's like a serious setting, I'm like very serious, you know, because I'm like nervous or something. And but as soon as I open up and you get to know me, I just love fucking around and having fun, because there's not much times where you can just do that, you know, but yeah.
So what kind of music have you been working on recently?
Since I just got off like a month tour, I don't really have like a lot of stuff, but I have a song called High School that I play live. I'm gonna release it soon. I think it's like the best song I've made, probably. I have a couple other ones too that I'm not as hyped about. Like I'm really hyped about High School. But yeah.
So speaking of songs that you're not really a fan of, or speaking of songs that you're not very hyped about, this one in particular, that's one of your most popular, but you're not really into it. Can you tell me about that?
Yeah, so I have this song called Oh Fuck I'm Drunk. I'm sure you know it if you're watching this. It was like a stupid song. Like I didn't ever think it would be as big as it is. But I guess that's how it works, you know. Yeah, I'm just not a fan of it. It's mixed like horribly. The lyrics are stupid. But I guess that's why it's so popular, you know. A lot of people said it's pretty relatable. So I think that's what makes it popular, but I just thought, I mean, I think I could have done way better, but it's already out there, so.
What's the song that you're very proud of?
I like Amnesia. I'm pretty proud of that. I just think it's, I think it's like a level up from my older stuff. I guess like the newer stuff I'm like pretty proud of, just because of how much I've like evolved and stuff with like just producing and writing and mixing and stuff.
What gives your life meaning?
What gives life meaning?
Your life meaning?
My life? I think music is like one of the biggest. Like, you know, hopefully help people through whatever they're going through, or you know, play shows, meet all the fans that have supported me. I think that gives me like a tremendous amount of meaning, but also just like just being around for like my friends and family too is like a good meaning. But yeah, I think music is like just like a big help with that, you know. At some points, like, you know, you might not feel like life has meaning, but definitely does. There's definitely things for everyone, you know. For me, that's music.
Where do you see your career in 5 years?
There's no telling, but hopefully with what I'm doing right now, I'll be big, and I'll just have better music, bigger shows, you know, better videos, just like better everything is what I'm thinking.
So what can fans look out for in these upcoming couple months, maybe next year?
Definitely gonna start putting out music again, you know, more videos. I'll just be more active in general. I haven't been that active for these past few months just because of being on the road and not really pushed to like put stuff out and make stuff, but yeah.